What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics, and today we have the Blue Aces self-titled debut EP brought to us by our patron and supporter of the channel, Attire. Thank you, Attire. I've done two previous, when they became known as the Aces reactions. Those are up. Check them out afterwards. I'll put them on the end screen and also put them up above when we go throughout this in a card. I did Under My Influence and When My Heart Felt Volcanic. But we're going to dial it way back for this one. I always like to know what the patron has to say. So Attire says, it's from 2012. Crystal, Katie, and maybe some Alyssa, I believe, wrote most of these songs mostly by themselves as youth. I think there's some strong songwriting for 16 to 17-year-olds here, and that you can hear hints of what's to come from them. She also told me they were the Blue Aces from 2012 to 2014. They're comprised of lead singer Crystal Ramirez, her younger sister, the drummer Alyssa, the bassist and Crystal's friend since kindergarten, McKenna Petty, and lastly, Katie Henderson, the guitarist and friend band member since middle school. And the Aces began when the sisters Crystal and Alyssa were only 8 years old. Although neither sister recalls exactly when the musical career visions began, the Ramirez sisters were raised in a music-loving household where their father would dance salsa with them, and their mother played 1980s pop artists like Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson, and maybe this man right here, Prince. Who knows? With a piqued interest, they began to jam out while studying and taking notes from their favorite bands on YouTube, because it's a different world. Even back then, you could go to YouTube and actually see everything you wanted to see. One Christmas season, the sisters asked their best friend, McKenna Petty, to ask for a bass for Christmas, because, they're missing a bass player. Soon after, the trio, all self-taught, formed the Blue Aces. They began to jam and experiment in their neighbor's garage. In 2008, the band was officially formed when Petty's friend, Katie Henderson, joined the group. Collectively, the Aces began to sharpen their talents and get raw exposure through high school while performing at various venues and bars. And in 2014, they decided to pursue a professional career in music after watching 18-year-old singer Lorde win her first Grammy. Now, this is one of the two EPs they released before they changed their name to the Aces. Now, this is nowhere. It's not on Spotify. You could order it off Amazon, but there's a 5 to 6 week wait on that, because I even tried that because I can't find lyrics for this anywhere. So I was actually going to order the EP so it would have the lyrics and a little more. It's 5 to 6 week wait, but Attire hooked me up. It is on YouTube, so you're not going to see the Spotify bar or any of that. It's 7 tracks. Most of them are 3.5 minutes long. Some of them are 4 minutes, so it's not going to be a super short, even though it's only 7 songs. So we're going to kick this thing off with Velvet. Now, before we start, just a reminder, there's not going to be the music in the video itself because of copyright. So check out the link below. You can watch my full reaction. And also, let's keep in mind, I really like their 2 albums. Let's keep in mind, as Attire mentioned, these are 16, 17-year-old songwriting and also performing. This is almost like a demo. Think of it that way. It's the very first EP. So we got to look at it as this is shows signs of what they're going to grow into instead of like, oh, let's grade this as some sort of finished product from an artist that's been around a long time. Just putting that little caveat in there. It might sound super smooth, but we got to remember they're very young and finding their way. Thanks again, Attire. They got good production already. I got the guitar in one and the drums in the other.
Move the way you wanna, the way not to be your very own drama. Tell me your story. So beautiful, thoughtful, graceful, like a tidal wave of energy. Show me this world. Watch you shine.
There you have it, Velvet, the opener of this EP. Wow, that was super good, right? That actually was super good. The instrumentation on it, the drums, Alyssa was all in. They gave her a drum solo in there as well. She was all in. The guitar work by Katie was fantastic. There might be a little guitar work on there from Crystal as well. The bass work, the instrumentation, we had hand claps, we had panning in the headphones. The production was actually fantastic on this. I think the weak point, if you want to say there is one, is Crystal. She sounds good, but she's going to mature into that. The hardest part for a band is the lead vocalist, right? They usually improve the most because the instrumentation, you can always produce it, edit it down, but the vocalist is hard. You're trying to find your way, man. She has a few different runs in there that didn't quite work, but still pretty good, man, and a really good track. Here's the difficult part, right, when I don't have lyrics. I'm trying to figure out what the song's about, but I'm also trying to pay attention to all the instrumentation and highlight all that. It's a little bit of sensory overload, so not exactly sure what the song's about. I mean, I heard all the lyrics, but it is actually a very good song, and for them to be this age to put it out, just fantastic. Now we're going to move on to the second track, Some Sort of Stranger.
Tell me something, do you take me as a fool? After all we've been through, I've been trying so hard for you. What's it gonna take to make this foolproof? Oh, I guess times have changed, 'cause I'm not gonna be around again. Am I some sort of stranger to you now? 'Cause I've been begging and talking and praying to figure this out. I'm gonna save myself from falling over and over again. Looks like our walls are suddenly coming down. My lit up sky turns to midnight fall. A day or two's notice, not at all. You brought me up just to watch me fall. Shows where you're standing through this. Oh, I guess times have changed, but you are never gonna win this game. Am I some sort of stranger to you now? 'Cause I've been begging and talking and praying to figure this out. I'm gonna save myself from falling over and over again. Looks like our walls are suddenly coming down. Hold up, give me a second to talk. Despite this nasty walk, I'm always gonna love you. I'm sorry for what you're going through. Am I some sort of stranger to you now? 'Cause I've been begging and talking and praying to figure this out. I'm gonna save myself from falling over and over again. Looks like our walls are suddenly coming down, down. Coming down, down, down. Coming down.
Some Sort of Stranger. I think lyrically, she's in love with this other person, but it's not working out. She's not going to keep falling for him over and over again. But then towards the end of the song, she's sorry for what they're going through. The walls are finally coming down, so I don't know if they're reconciling or what they're doing there. Bass work, spot on by McKenna. And once again, Alyssa on the drums is very, very good. I mean, I thought the guitar by Katie was good, but the drumming and the bass work were the highlights of this. Once again, I'm not trying to slam Crystal. She's doing a good job, especially for someone on stage. Remember, they're self-taught, so they didn't have all the fancy lessons and record company people working from. It's the breathing, which is the hardest thing with singing. It takes a while, and then she likes to do the fall, that kind of stuff. It doesn't really work for me, and she got away from that later on, but it's just one of those things, and it was somewhat the style in 2012 as well. So thought that was a good track instrumentation-wise. I didn't really care for the vocals that much. Velvet is a far superior track, but you would expect so. That's why it's the lead track. Now we're going to go to Dear Moon. Start out a little more chilled here.
It's cold outside, suitcase in hand, he walks out the door. I don't know if I can feel my heart anymore. Numb from the bleeding, can feel my heart beating slowly but surely, as if we're first meeting. Dear moon, can I maybe have this talk with you, moon? Maybe just a walk with you, moon. You don't know what this means to me, dear moon. Time goes by, day by day. I hold a photograph near my face. Can I ask you this question one more time? Does the song still remind you that you're mine? Slowly receding, no feelings defeated, melody repeating goes on and on. Dear moon, can I maybe have this talk with you, moon? Maybe just a walk with you, moon. You don't know what this means to me, dear moon.
Really good vocal performance there.
Do I really have to get on my knees, crying now, baby, please? Let's quit pretending we're better off alone. 'Cause you know it all means so. Dear moon, can I maybe have this talk with you, moon? Maybe just a walk with you, moon. You don't know what this means to me, dear moon.
Dear Moon, a clever songwriting on this one. She's talking to the moon because she says he left her, and don't you know that you're still mine, and all this stuff. She's lamenting the fact that her relationship is either over or on its way to being over, and we all have that feeling and know that this is on borrowed time. You know, the moon, because at night times when it hits you the most, right? Because you're alone usually. At some point you're alone, and it just, your mind starts to have time. You don't have the busyness of the day to think about everything. So she's singing to Dear Moon, you know, don't you understand how much this means to me? And can I take a walk with you, and all that stuff. I thought Crystal was spot on this one. She sounded really good. She was actually the star of this one. The instrumentation took a backseat, which it needs to do on a song like this, right? This was a nice switch up. This is your traditional, I don't want to say love ballad, more love lament, but I actually believed her, and that's the important part of this. You could actually feel the emotion in her voice, and that is hard to capture, and really hard to capture for someone as young as she was when she did this one. Now we're going to go to Tried to Warn Ya. I bet this is going to be a little more upbeat.
I told him that he loved me. I told him he'd be mine. He told me not to worry. Told me he'd be fine. But I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear, I tried to warn you. So maybe I say I love you when I don't mean it. But hey, I told you from the start to see this coming. I tried to warn you. But hey, maybe this was my mistake. Oh, to take your love with no warning of heartbreak. But oh, the risk was yours to take. Yeah. And the rules I'm mine to make. Enough is enough, oh, enough is enough is what they say. But I'm gonna do it in my way. Oh no way, 'cause I know, I know, I know, I know. I tried to warn you. So don't come holding your broken heart in your hands, crying to me about how you thought we had a chance. 'Cause I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear, I tried to warn you. But hey, maybe this was my mistake, to take your love with no warning of heartbreak. But oh, the risk was yours to take, yeah. And the rules are mine to make. Hey baby, don't you know one thing? True love isn't real with me. She loves you, oh she loves you now. That'll shout in your inner life, oh, baby, don't wait up. But oh, the risk was yours to take, oh. And the rules are mine to make. The rules are mine to make.
Tried to Warn You. I like the lyrics on this better than I like the song itself. It's basically just a little clever take on, look, I hurt you. I tried to warn you, don't get attached to me, basically, and you did. That's not on me. I tried to warn you. I think they got a lot of things going on in the song, and I think this, once again, I'm a broken record, but it's trying to find yourself, right? You're exploring different things. I think there was a little bit too much instrumentation going on at different times. Drumming, once again, I mean, I'm telling you, Alyssa was ahead of the curve early on. But I didn't really, once again, I didn't really care for the vocals, but she's trying to find herself. She's trying to figure out different things. The bass in there was nice, and the guitar work, although there's a bit too much of it, but a clever song. I did enjoy that part of it. Now we're going to move on. We only got 3 songs left to Now I Know.
Is this enough for you? 'Cause I'm over by the moon, and now I know, and now I know. Forgiveness is like cold rain on a lonesome November's day, and now I know, and now I know. I don't know what else to say. No need to talk anyway. And now I know, and now I know. 'Cause little girl, I won't be there every time to fix what you've done. Forgiveness is stretching oh so far. I'm trying so hard, and now I know, and now I know. Why isn't this beautiful? Now your beauty's gone. You put out your flame. I thought I knew that so well. So why isn't this beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? Please, please hang up the phone. Please just don't hurt me anymore. And now I know, and now I know what I never knew before. Now I know.
Now I Know. I think lyrically, it's that thing when you're in a relationship and you think it's one thing, but then you figure out it's something else. I think that's kind of where this is going. As I was trying to focus on all the different things going on, but now she knows that it's probably not going where she wants it to go, and she's not, that's hurtful. I think I like the fact they used the acoustic from the very beginning, and it drove the vocals throughout the entire song. Later on, about halfway through, we come with other instrumentation and kind of build up the song. I hadn't mentioned it yet, but they sound best when the harmonies come in. That sounds really good. I thought Crystal did a really good job on this song. Right now, at this point in her development, she's much better in the ballads than she is in the more up-tempo songs, which is typical for vocalists. I mean, she can sing, so she can pull those off. Only got 2 songs left. We're going to go to Taboo.
charades you chose to play. You choose to continue the game. I'm over it, not bothered at all. 'Cause every time I see you, baby, there's not that spark. It's vanished now, I don't get enough help. I'm doing fine, I'm wearing a smile. And oh yeah, you're not in the dark. You're taboo, baby, you're nothing new, baby. I should have known it from the start. You're taboo, baby, we're through and through. And it's astonishing, the rate of this healing heart. Oh yeah. And don't you know you're not cut out this relationship thing? No, not by any means. You're a crazy fool with love. You'll never get it right unless you stop to think twice. You haven't changed at all. You're taboo, baby, you're nothing new, baby. I should have known it from the start. You're taboo, baby, we're through and through. And I was surely out of my mind to have tried it at all. Oh yeah. Yeah. Do you remember when love was all we needed? It was bound to happen, we never succeeded. I'm doing fine, wearing a smile, never giving you another chance. That time is past, it's over now. You're taboo, baby, you're nothing new. I should have known it from the start. You're taboo, baby, we're through and through. And I was surely out of my mind to have tried it at all. Oh yeah. You're taboo, you're never true at all. Heart heals faster when it never happened.
Nice little feedback technique there at the end. I enjoyed that. Basis of the song Taboo. She should have known to avoid this person, but she got involved with them. So you're taboo, baby. I got to stay away from you, man, because you're bad news. Vocals, okay for me. I thought the guitar work in there was fantastic. You know, I think when you're starting to find your way as a band, you it's a difficult balancing act, right? You got the vocalist over here. You got the drummer who's going to give you underlying stuff most of the time. Every once in a while you give them a solo, and they did give Alyssa a solo on one of the previous tracks. But then you got your guitarist and bassist, and you got to kind of get them in there so they feel like they're part of the equation. And sometimes in this song, I'm not sure that worked super smooth. But once again, I'm trying not to they're trying to find their way here. So this is not trying to criticize them here. Didn't really care for the song that much, but it was catchy the more they did the chorus, right? The taboo part, your taboo, baby. So I can see how it would really stick in your head on repeated listens. Now we're going to go to the final track on this EP. And you know, EP is... a lot of times EPs are 4 songs. This is 7, so it's stretching an EP. It's almost an LP, but we'll go to Eyes of the Enemy.
Different sides of the story that I'm telling mine. Caught up in the bars, someone else's mind. Trying to play the cards of life, but right by the rim of the way. There was 2 roads ahead of me, and I wasn't thinking. Now it's clear as day. Should've gone the other way. Hey, I'm not crazy. Watch for yourself. Innocent things we say could be hurting someone else. Hey, that's wrong. of an enemy. These little things we do and say can't backfire. Next thing you know, he doesn't like you. She's calling you a liar, but hey, I don't wanna be that kind of person. No way is there gonna be guilt when he looks me in the eye. Hit us wrong, that's not right. Trying to stop when all they want is a fight. Yeah, I've changed. It's not fair to talk that way. Yeah, I'm thinking, why would you ever do this? But it's all okay. Whoa, whoa, in the eyes of an enemy. Take a second to change your ways. Take a second to change your ways. Your ways. Take a second to change your ways. Take a second to change your ways. Your ways. Hey, that's wrong, that's not right. Trying to stop when all they want is a fight. Yeah, I've changed. Hey, that's wrong, that's not right. Trying to stop when all they want is a fight. Yeah, I've changed. It's not fair to tuck that away. Yeah, I'm thinking, why would you ever do this? But it's all okay, all okay, all okay. But it's all okay. Oh, but it's all okay, all okay, all okay. In the eyes of an enemy.
Eyes of the Enemy. That one had a higher production value, like the first song, Velvet. Like you could hear the panning in the headphones, and just a higher production value in the fact. I'm gonna guess this song, as I'm trying to listen to the lyrics and everything else going on, is basically about gossip and people to tell untruths about you. The Eyes of the Enemy, and you can hear them chattering, partway through the song as kind of a back mixing in there, and then at the very end, and she basically says, "I don't know why you'd say this stuff about me, but I guess it's all okay in the eyes of the enemy." Driven by bass and by drumming. So Alyssa and McKenna are the standouts on this. Alyssa was the standout on the first track. Velvet as well. So you don't get a lot of tracks a lot of times with this type of band where the drumming is going to be, put up to the forefront. So they got that right, because I would say that Alyssa is the most accomplished one of them on this particular album as they're starting out in her craft. I mean, and I thought McKenna did a great job on the bass, and of course the guitar work was nice in there. Katie does a good job, and I know that that Crystal is shown as a guitarist. So I don't know what part she plays. I wondered on the acoustic and one of the previous songs she was playing. I don't know where she is in there. She's a secondary guitarist in there, but vocal performance was pretty good. So now we're going to get to my overall favorite tracks. There's only 7 tracks on here. There's 2 real standouts for me. It's the first track, Velvet. I thought that was outstanding. And also Dear Moon. I thought that was the standout track to really showcase what Crystal was capable of and what she's going to do later on. Now, obviously, this is not up to the quality of the 2 LPs that I did, of When My Heart Felt Volcanic and then Under My Influence, because they're just starting out. So I usually give a grade here. I'm not really going to give a grade. I'm not going to slam these girls or critique them too tough. Like I said, this is almost a demo. It's your first EP released, and it's really more an interesting thing to go back and listen to see the seeds that were there that they would further build on and grow. And they have built on and grown quite well, but they were ready at this point. You can hear it. Like I said, it's hardest for the vocalist. Alyssa ends up finding her way as we weave through here, and she had some good vocal performance. It wasn't horrible or anything. It's just a matter of learning how to control your voice and where you want to go with stuff. But a really good offering. Appreciated Attire, and like I said, guys, go check out the other things that I've got on this end screen. Some really good work for them down the line. Once again, thanks guys for joining me, and I will see you